Good morning, degenerates, and welcome to another episode of Boring Crypto IO, the place where I read you the boring crypto news so you don't have to. My name is Not Important, and I'm your host. Let's go. Regulators in the Bahamas are holding $3.5 billion in FTX customer assets. Wow, there's money. FTX founder reportedly cashes out $684,000 after being released on bail. The dude can't keep himself out of the news. And Solana joins the ranks of FTT Luna with SOL price down 97% from the peak. In a rebound, is a rebound possible? I don't know. We're going to read the news. You guys be the judge. Let's go. Bitcoin. Let's go to the daily, because that's usually what I show you guys. We are ranging. Like I said, guys, we keep touching this this orange line I've got, which is around this. I've got it at 16.443. Let's call it 16.5. But we keep touching it and bouncing off of it. So that's why I've got the feeling that we're just going to keep ranging in here until something happens. Either we're going to break down or we're going to break out over the top over here. Guys, you're trading. Keep an eye on those levels. They seem to be the key levels in what Bitcoin is doing. All boring news until something happens out of there, or until it breaks out of there. Or you guys can play the ranges. I mean, I don't know how versed some of the people watching this channel are in trading. Again, set a stop loss. This is what I would do if I was playing the ranges. And again, this is not financial advice. This is what I do. I would probably set a stop loss right around where this wick is at 16.3, 16.285, and I would start playing the ranges. Every time we touch, go in. Every time we get to the top, get out. So on and so forth. I'll play this range. Again, I'm not actively trading right now. I'm just accumulating. I'm just too busy to trade. But if I were playing swing trades, that's probably where I would be right now. Something to think about. Ethereum. What we got going on? Let's go back to the daily. I apologize, guys. I'm not prepared today. This is embarrassing. Same thing. I've got a feeling that Ethereum is going to play the range here for a little bit of time. That's probably where we're going to be ranging in between here for Ethereum until something happens, guys. Either we're going to break out of this level up here and run, or we're going to break down and go into no man's land. It can go up, it can go down. Either way, I'm still going to frown because it's boring. Let's go. All right, regulators in the Bahamas are holding $3.5 billion in FTX customer assets, which is interesting because I thought all the money was gone. And lots of billions of dollars that just disappeared. Now they're saying, I guess, that there's $3.5 billion in assets. Let's see what this is all about. Concerns over the security of assets in FTX custody prompted the Bahamian regulator to step in, and a statement says, the Bahamian Securities Commission has taken custody of FTX deposits valued at more than $3.5 billion as of November 12th, according to a media release published late Thursday by the BSC. Shortly after FTX filed for bankruptcy, about $372 million worth of tokens were stolen from the exchange by an unknown actor thought to be an external hacker. Given media reports of a cyber attack on FTX and possible looting of FTX-controlled wallets by former employees, the commission said in its media statement it determined that there was a significant risk of imminent dissipation as to the digital assets under the custody or control of FTX to the prejudice of its customers and creditors. Assets will be held until the Bahamas Supreme Court directs the commission to deliver them to the customers and creditors who own them, the statement says. The commission said that FTX founders Sam Bankman Fried and Gary Wang no longer had access to the $3.5 billion in tokens that were transferred. In the media statement, the commission reiterated that it did not direct FTX to prioritize the withdrawals of the Bahamas-based clients. I'm not even sure what that means. I guess they've got 3.5 billion in other tokens, not just FTT. So we'll see what happens with this. Maybe some people will get their money back. I mean, that would be awesome. Probably not going to happen though. I mean, that's just how these things turn out, unfortunately. Drinking my coffee. Sorry, guys. We are going raw and rude this morning. Moving on. Sam Bankman-Fried can't keep his ass out of the news. FTX founder reportedly cashes out $684,000 after being released on bail. I'm assuming this is going back into the story we covered yesterday, talking about that money that was moved around in wallets. Let's see if there's any light being shed on the fact that it actually was Sam moving that money around. SBF has allegedly cashed out $684,000 from a crypto exchange in Seychelles? I have no idea. While being under house arrest, according to an on-chain investigation. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried is reportedly cashing out large amounts of cryptocurrency soon after being released on bail, on-chain data suggests. SBF has cashed out $684,000 in crypto to an exchange in, I cannot pronounce that, while being under house arrest, according to the on-chain investigation by DeFi educator Bowtie Delguana. I am terrible at names. Sorry, guys. Decentralized finance analyst, we'll just call it Bo, took to Twitter on December 29th to report on a series of obfuscated. God, I'm terrible this morning. Wallet transactions allegedly linked to SBF, suggesting that the former FTX CEO could have violated release conditions to not spend more than $1,000 without permission from the court. God, dude, this is so dumb. They're treating this dude like he's a little kid. Don't spend more than $1,000 without our permission. How about you just keep the dude in jail so he doesn't do any more shady shit? According to Bo, analysis, SDF's public address, OXD5758 on December 28th sent, yeah, this is what we were talking about yesterday, sent all remaining ETH to a newly created address, OX7386D. Bo noted that SBF took over the address that was originally owned by SushiSwap creator from Chef Nomi in August of 2020, and it shows tweets explaining that. Within hours, OX73860 received transfers totaling $367,000 from 32 addresses identified as Elevator Research wallets, with an additional $322,000 coming from other wallets. All funds were sent to a centralized crypto exchange in that place and to the crypto bridge, Renbridge, according to the DeFi analyst. OX73860 sent a total of 519.5 ETH, or around $629,000, to OX64E9B, which also received funds from addresses labeled as Alameda Research. Bo also identified 5 separate transactions of less than 51 ETH, $61,000, that were used to move funds to newly created wallets and then onwards to a Seychelles-based exchange. Additionally, SBF-linked wallet OX64E9B sent 3 tranches of 200,000 Tether USDT to the fixed float exchange. As the Ethereum blockchain is an immutable public ledger, weird blockchain, this on-chain evidence is permanently available to law enforcement and the courts, Bo stated, calling attorneys from the United States Securities Exchange Commission to look at the issue. Confirmed to be released to SBF, confirmed to be related to SBF or not, the transactions do not necessarily mean that the FTX founder has violated bail release conditions, according to some industry enthusiasts. I don't know, quote unquote, I don't know that this necessarily qualifies as spending money. They're his assets already, one industry observer suggested. A number of online commenters also speculated that SBF himself was Chef Nomi, the anonymous co-founder of SushiSwap. The transactions occurred about a week after SBF was granted bail with a $250 million bond secured by FTX parents with the equity in their $4 million house, by the way, guys. Only $4 million. SBF previously claimed that he only had $100,000 in his bank account after the collapse of FTX. The news comes soon after the government of the Bahamas officially announced that local authorities seized $3.5 billion worth of crypto from FTX on November 12th. The authorities claimed that the action was taken in order to avoid risk of imminent dissipation of funds after SBF warned about cyber attacks on FTX in mid-November. Guys, what do you think about this? A lot of money being moved around. that could be going back to people who lost money. Surprise, surprise, right? And no one seems to care except for us in the crypto space. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And last but not least, final story on this beautiful Friday morning. Solana joins the ranks of FTT Luna with SOL price down 97% from the peak. In a rebound, is a rebound possible? I'm gonna say no. I don't know what you guys think about SOL. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm not in it. I'm not invested in it. I mean, I might throw a couple $100 at it now with it being down so low in hopes that maybe it'll pump again during the next bull. But who knows? It would definitely be a gamble. Not financial advice. Do what you want with your money. Be safe out there. All right. SOL price jumped 20% after falling to its worst level since February 2021, with Solana technicals suggesting that more upside is possible. Well, yeah, it's down 97%. Of course, there's more upside possible. There's also more downside possible. Solana, the cryptocurrency once supported by Sam Bankman-Fried, paired some losses on December 30th, a day after falling to its lowest level since February of 2021. Solana price down 97% from November 2021 peak. On the daily chart, SOL's price rebounded to around $10.25, up over 20% from its previous day's lows of approximately $8. I think it's going to go to 3.5 personally, but we'll see what happens. Nevertheless, the intraday recovery did little to offset the overall bear trend, down 97% from its record peak of $267.50 in November 2021, and down over 20% in the past week. But while the year has been brutal for markets, Solana now joins the ranks of the worst performing tokens of 2022, namely FTX and Luna, which are down around 98%. SOL price could recover 50%. However, the latest Solana price rebound hints at the possibility of more upside heading into 2023. That is primarily due to the doji candle, a candlestick pattern that forms when the asset opens and closes near or at the same level in a specific time frame. If you guys don't know what a doji candle is, here, I'll zoom in on it. This is what a doji candle looks like. Two giant long wicks and a small candle in the middle of it. It's supposed to be like a strength candle. I don't know, man. And I am a TA trader. Take it with a grain of salt. Let's keep going. Traditional analysis consider a doji as a potential reversal candlestick pattern, given it shows that bears and bulls are at a stalemate. It could be indecision, though. Therefore, from a technical perspective, a doji formation during a long uptrend period could suggest a bearish reversal in the making, and vice versa. SOL's doji has appeared after a long downtrend period, as shown in the daily chart below. That, coupled with tokens oversold relative strike index readings, suggests that an extended bullish reversal may happen in 2023. What are they using? The daily? I don't know, guys. I would take, so before I finish with this, again, not financial advice, guys. Be smart out there. Don't read this and go, oh, okay, so it's gonna reverse. Here's my 2 cents. You have complete consolidation. There's a lot of people out there suggesting right now that we are at a bottom. Okay, that's fair. In my opinion, a doji candle like this might only just suggest, like I said, indecision. There's a lot of FUD, a lot of bad things that are coming out right now that aren't affecting the price of Bitcoin or Ethereum. It's pretty much holding the same kind of range that we're looking at. And that just suggests a bottom. So do I consider this a necessary reversal pattern? Not necessarily. You got to take all ideas into consideration. It could just be stating that we are at a bottom for SOL and for the rest of the market. And that, you know, there's plenty of sellers up here, but then plenty of buyers down here. Again, like I said, stalemate. Don't just look at one thing on a, here's my advice, and wrap up with this, because I'm just kind of rambling and throwing out way too much stuff. Don't just take one indicator as your golden ticket to make a trade. Use everything else. Use your RSI, use your volume, use the trend that it's been in, etc., etc. Don't just use one candle as an indicator of, okay, cool, I'm gonna go into a trade. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Moving on. Sol's primary upside target looks to be around $15, up over 50% from the current price levels. The $15 level has served as resistance since November 13th of 2022. Battling negative fundamentals, Solana has emerged as one of 2022's worst performing cryptocurrencies, with its year-to-date losses near 97%. In comparison, the total cryptocurrency market cap has dropped only 65% in the same period. I think that's supposed to be only ONL. Several reasons could explain Sol's underperformance in 2022, such as a hawkish Fed, Solana's recurrent downtimes, a $200 million hack on one of the associated wallets, and probable FTX exposure. Earlier in December, Anatoly Yakovenko, I'm terrible with names, the co-founder of Solana Labs, clarified that nearly 80% of projects on Solana blockchain had no exposure at all to FTX, stating that there's more to their platform than just defunct crypto exchange. Yeah, guys, I don't know. Honestly, look, let's not pick out Sol in general. Personally, unless you're a degenerate gambling person, which I am, by the way, I'm not talking shit, I would stay out of alts like this right now. There is a potential, because look, everyone's calling for this, right? Let's go to Bitcoin. Let's just focus on Bitcoin as the barometer for the market. People are calling for a potential of at least $14,000. And from where we're at right now, that's another 15% drop in Bitcoin alone. So let's say alts will hit double that, because alts will usually get harder. So let's say a 30% pullback from where they're at right now. And these are all arbitrary numbers, but just based off of what we usually see in the market, if Bitcoin drops 15%, there's a strong potential that the altcoin market will double that. So let's go 30%. And I don't even have my chart wide enough to do it. Give me a second, guys. I apologize. So 30% pullback from Ethereum. You're looking at roughly $835. A 30% pullback from Sol. Let's do Sol real quick. Let's grab Binance. Ooh, big blood diamond. You're looking at about $6. $6.50, $6.70. That's huge, guys. If you went into a trade right now, and this is the doji candle they're talking about. Again, if you guys have never seen a doji candle on the daily, just blow it up really big so you guys can see it. It shows they're saying it's a reversal pattern or a reversal candle, or it's just an indecision. The market hasn't decided what it wants to do right now, which makes sense if we're still thinking that we're at the bottom. We got people buying it probably around the $8 level, which is, it's a psychological number. And then we've got people selling at around an $11 level, which is actually this support line back over here, which was on November 22nd. So a little over a month ago, this was the support line, and that's around where they're selling at. That's where it bounced back here after this big tank. So, I mean, these are all psychological levels for this doji candle. I mean, it makes sense why people would be selling here and buying here, swing traders, etc., etc. All I'm getting at is, if you're not trying to swing trade, you're not a good swing trader, I would just stick to the blue chips right now. I wouldn't be messing at all. I'd be accumulating, and this is exactly what I'm doing, not financial advice. I'm just accumulating right now. I'm not trading. I'm just watching the market until I see a trend, like a solid trend, because we've just been going sideways for quite some time. Until I see a trend forming, whether it's a downtrend or an uptrend, I ain't messing with anything, and I'm just accumulating blue chips. But guys, I am rambled too much. You know, just be safe out there. Per usual, we're going into a weekend. We could see some volatility because we didn't see crap happen last weekend because of, I'm assuming because of the holiday weekend. But weekends in crypto are usually very volatile. If you are trading, keep your stop losses nice and tight and be smart out there, guys. Outside from that, I hope you guys enjoy the content that I do provide here on Boring Crypto IO. If you do, by all means, subscribe to the channel, turn on that bell for notifications, like the videos, and guys, I will see you next time. Enjoy your weekend. I'm out of here.